Hello and welcome back again. We're still here in Thunderbluff, and I'm actually pretty excited about this episode. It's not going to be a lot of questing and a lot of combat or anything, but we will be getting our fire totem finally, which is exciting. And there will be a lot of travel. That's like I said, it's not maybe the most exciting thing for some people, but if this is your first time seeing this game, especially, I think seeing new zones is pretty fun. There's a lot of differences between them, so it's cool to see other places. And what I'm doing right now, before we leave Thunderbluff, we'll be heading back to the Barrens. I want to come over to the Elder Rise over here. We haven't actually been over here yet. And I want to grab a couple of quests that are over here that I just already know of. We may come back to Thunderbluff before they matter, so I may not necessarily need them right now, but I just like to have them so I don't forget. And oh no, I might be wrong about that. Can we not get them at level 12 yet? Could have sworn it was these people. Oh wait, maybe it's this guy.
Well met.
Ah, got them. I was thinking of the wrong people here. Well met, shaman. You may speak to me unless you have direct business with my mistress, Magatha. I deal with most of her tasks for her so she can concentrate on more important matters. Perhaps there are some things we could discuss before you seek audience with her. Beneath the city of Orgrimmar, stout creatures known as Trogs started coming to the surface from deep below the lava-filled tunnels. In her ever-benevolence, Magatha sought to make peace with the creatures, but they turned on her diplomats, killing them. She will not allow such treatment of the Torn people, and now consider the creatures a threat to all of the Horde. She asks that you put an end to this Trog threat before it overwhelms the Horde from below. Find Ragefire Chasm and destroy them all.
Be careful. How may I aid you?
The Trogs are not the only thing that interested Magatha in Ragefire Chasm. She's heard word that one of her servants, a Mauer Grim Totem, found something peculiar while in the chasm, but he never made it out to show her what. She'd like Mauer's body found, if it still exists, and any signs of what he found while attempting to speak to the Trogs. Return to Magatha any items of interest, and I'm sure she would be very generous in her reward. Again, seek the chasm in the darkest areas of Orgrimmar.
Goodbye.
So Ragefire Chasm is actually the first dungeon that we'll be running. We're not quite ready to do so yet. I'm sure it'll be probably a few more episodes before we're ready to do that. I'm thinking probably probably like 15 or 16, I guess, with these levels, these quests are marked at. That probably seems about right. But I wanted to grab them now just so I don't forget. And now we can head back to the Barrens and seek out our fire totem quest giver.
Hail.
What can I do for you? You need to take this to the crossroads, eh? That's not a problem. If you've already been there and spoken to Devrak, then you can take one of my Wind Riders back to him. In order to fly to a town, you must have already been there and spoken with the Wind Rider master of that town. You've been to the crossroads and spoken to their Wind Rider master Devrak, so for a small fee you can take a Wind Rider to him from here. Speak with me again when you are ready. Once at the crossroads, you can then deliver the leather goods to Jahan Hawkwing.
Go in peace.
Lots of repeating himself there.
Farewell.
But again, like I was talking about, for new players, it's good, just in case they missed it the first time or whatever. Oh, let me also point out that I've got 2 new bags that I did not have when I logged out last time. I actually sent one of these from one of my other characters that had one just sitting around in the bank, and I found one in the auction house for literally like 3 silver, so I bought the other one. So I think sending one bag to me in exchange for the leather and herbs that I'll be sending the other way. I think that's fair, considering how cheap these bags are. So now I've got a nice rainbow assortment of bags. I was right in the earlier episode when I was talking about the colors. There's also a black one. So it's nice to have a full set of bags to use. These are all 6 slotters. As we level up further, we'll find higher level bags that have 8, 10, all the way up to 16 slot by the time we hit level 60. I'm not saying we'll have all 16 slot bags by then. I can guarantee you we won't, but they exist anyway. There are also some bags that we get from quests over time. Oh, that's a quest mob there. Lakota Mani. It drops a quest item that gives you a quest. So you're not given a quest to go kill him. But if you, I guess if you didn't know that he didn't drop it, or that he did drop it, then most people would probably pass right by him. But if you kill him, he drops an item that you go turn in just for some bonus XP. There's actually 4 of them in the Barrens that do that. He's one. As we continue on, I'll try to remember to grab all 4 of those. Some of them have a pretty long respawn though, so don't count on that always being the case. Let's finally return our leather goods here. Back from Thunderbluff? Did you deliver the hides to Ahanu? Ahanu sent me finished products? Very good. There are many hunters and adventurers in the crossroads now, and business is lively. I'm sure I'll sell those goods very soon. Thank you for all your efforts. I'm in your debt.
Walk with you.
Wind Rider training complete. Alright, so last episode we picked up all of our quests, I believe. But we will not be working on them yet. Our first task is to go find this guy. So we were told he lives north of the crossroads. If you've reached the Night Elf lands, you've gone too far. The Night Elf lands are the next zone north of us, called Ashenvale. We will not be going anywhere near there yet. Hey, free skinning, look at that. One really nice thing about the Barrens for skinners is there are lots and lots of beasts that can be skinned. And there are certainly characters playing who are not skinners. So a lot of times you'll just find dead bodies to take their skin from. So we got more cool boar here. I'm sure you saw the giant thorns that we had mentioned long ago. Killing all these guys in here are actually part of a quest, but we will not be doing it quite yet. And if I recall, I think this is the hut we need. Or maybe it's not that hut, maybe it's this tower. Yeah. I think that's correct. I see a question mark.
What do you need?
Narm sent you to me, did he? Well then, Narm could always be trusted, so that must mean you're ready to take part of the next Sapta, the Sapta of Fire. I see it in your eyes already, the burning, the desire. You've tasted power, and now you're ready for more of it. Patience. Remember what Earth taught you. Power and destruction will come easily, but you must still know when to stay your hand. You're powerful enough to wield the Totem of Fire, but that does not mean you are ready. Along the South Fury River in Durotar, before the Great Sea, lies a hidden trail to one of the highest peaks in the land. Find your way to the top, and you shall find one of our holy shrines watched over by Telf Julam, the shrine of the dormant flame. Take this torch to him. It marks that you attempt to tame fire. Return it to me aflame by the brazier at the shrine, and I will see you are given the Totem of Fire.
For the Horde.
So we get sent to one guy, and then he just sends us to another guy. Get used to that. Hey, look. There's a little child orc walking through the grass. Thankfully, they cannot be killed by Alliance players. So we're headed to Durotar, which is the Orc and Troll starting zone. Basically on the opposite side of the Barrens from where we started. Ooh, almost ran past something here. So relief. Still green, probably just barely. Still getting lucky and getting our levels. I like it. Skinning's at 72, herbalism's at 76. Keeping them pretty close. Oh, I've got plenty of linen. I could. Where's my? There it is. Could make some more bandages. Yeah, let's do that. I believe we saw level 40 is when we can learn the next bandage, so we should be able to get to 40 with what we've got right now, and then we'll stop so that the next time we're in a city we can learn the next one. Yeah, there we go. Still yellow. I might be wrong about that then. I wouldn't expect it to still be yellow if we can learn the next bandage here, so that might be wrong. Maybe it's 50? I don't know. We'll find out. So as you can see, as we're crossing this bridge here, crossing the river, there's another stark change of scenery. It's actually very common that zones that border one another are just immediate stark change, which obviously is pretty unrealistic, but you know, how much could the developers really do, you know? So Durotar is basically a red desert. I mean, this is really what it looks like in the whole zone. Earthroot. Yeah, let's get that. Ooh. Oh, no, never mind. I thought that was a rare spawn, but it's not. There's a rare spawn black scorpion out here named Death Flayer. and I thought that was him. I didn't know that there were normal black scorpions out here. Scorpions are not that particularly popular of a pet, but if you do want one, Deathflayer is a very good choice if you plan on PvPing, because he actually has a pretty fast attack speed. Oh, speak of the devil, there he is. So you can see this silver dragon portrait around him. He's got a fast attack speed of 1.2, I think. Standard, well, no, it's not 1.2. That's probably too fast. 1.4, something like that. 1.5, or maybe just 1.2. I truly can't remember, but it's faster than normal. The normal attack speed for a pet is 2.0. So I know where the path is, so I just came right here. I guess I wasn't really explaining that, but we've got to climb this path through the mountain here. A little treacherous. I mean, you won't die if you fall, but you just gotta climb back up again. I could see this being kind of a problem for a new player. I mean, not that they couldn't navigate this, but thinking that they're in the right place. Here we are.
Relax.
Greetings. I love the troll accent. I'm not going to try to speak in it, though. I'm not good enough. You found yourself at the Shrine of the Dormant Flame. Only those knowledgeable enough in the shamanistic arts will ever learn the secrets of this place and the power it holds. I'm sorry you made the trip all this way, only to be turned back now. The journey up here is far from safe, after all. But I'm the keeper of the shrine, and I cannot allow just anyone to wander around here. Ah, my mistake. I apologize. I did not realize you possessed the torch. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Many adventurers find their way here while looking for lost treasure or the promise of mystical creatures to slay, only to be turned away from a seemingly empty shrine. But we know the truth, do we not? This shrine holds a greater secret from the mundane members of the Horde. To us, it is sacred. But you did not come here for a history lesson, did you? You came for the eternal flame and fire totem. The first step is to create a sapta and bind you to the flame. I can create the fire sapta for you if you bring me 2 items. The first is fire tar, a simple item usually carried by Razormane spellcasters in Eastern Barrens. The second item will be more dangerous, a reagent pouch from one of the cultists of the Burning Blade. You can find them in a cave above the ravines northeast of Razor Hill.
See ya later.
So, now I've got stuff to go do. Funny that we passed those Razormane Quillboar, because now we've actually got to go kill some to get our fire tar. And we'll jump down right here. Not too far. So, first thing we'll do is pop back over across the river and grab the tar, and then come back over here again and head east. And we'll get our reagent pouch. The Burning Blade is more of a meaningful thing to the characters that quest in this zone. So like an orc or a troll shaman will have already probably, oh wow. Similar problem again. Look at all these things that did not despawn. Could not tell you what's going on. But yeah, the Burning Blade, or this I don't know, some kind of cult of like warlocks or something. We'll actually hear a little bit more about them with our Ragefire Chasm quests. Like I said, this episode will be quite a lot of running. Unfortunately, but back in Classic, that's how it was. You ran all over the place. Especially at the higher levels. Probably levels 40 and up, I would say. You get quests that just send you all over the place. Can't even see it in there. There it is. You can even hear the wind with the ambience. I like that. I would imagine a place like this would be pretty windy. Certainly are not any trees or anything to knock the wind down. So we're actually going to come over to this side of the mountain and kill these guys over here. Water Seekers, Thorn Weavers, because we actually have another quest to kill them right now. And why not double up on what we need, right? Don't need a hunter. Actually, we do for the other quest, but we don't need him for getting our item here. Couldn't block that one. Here we go. Nice little skinning detour. I am very excited to get to level 20. Whenever that finally happens. Get our Ghost Wolf form and we can run faster. I think it's a 40% increase in movement speed. It's so nice. Plus you can skin stuff and pick herbs while you're in Ghost Wolf form. go. Already got our item. I could wait till they're done killing that and skin it, but I won't bother. Most quests at these lower levels do not require all of this running around, but class quests are a little bit different since they're much more rewarding to you. They make you work quite a bit harder to get them, so getting our fire totem is certainly worth this amount of running. And if I remember right, they only get longer from here. I think our water totem quest at level 20 is quite a bit more running around, and honestly I don't even remember what the air totem quest at 30 is like. I'm sure it's even worse than that. I shouldn't say worse as in I hate it. I mean it's still fun. I enjoy doing them. I just mean worse as in it takes longer. But it's a good thing. I mean, I don't know. I play video games because I think video games are fun, you know? Weird concept to some people, I think. I don't mean to judge what other players find fun, but it almost seems like some people play games and are not having fun at all. They just treat it like a job. And I'm certainly not going to do that. I do quests because I think they're fun. I like to experience the story. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of the quests are not exactly a home run in the story that they're telling, but I still think it's fun. So there's our Stoneclaw totem. I used it for the first time. It basically taunts the enemies to attack it, so it's kind of an escape tool for me. I can just drop it and run, and we're free. So Stoneclaw is kind of good for that, and then Earthbind Totem is also sort of along the same lines. It slows down their movement speed, so that's also kind of an escape tool. Those are both nice to have. Got some harpies over here in Durotar as well. You know what? Why don't I just run the path? We'll take a quick pit stop in Razor Hill over here. We'll see a little bit of the Durotar starting zone and what orcs and trolls have. So here's Razor Hill. This is...
Speak, friend.
Huh. Here's a breadcrumb quest to the Barrens. So hey, yeah, we'll be going back. We might as well take it, right? You look pretty strong. Listen, my good friend Cargill needs some new recruits for Baron's duty. I know you want to do what's right for the Horde. Well, this is your chance. Take this recruitment letter to Cargill and see if he'll sign it.
May your blades never dull.
Yeah, there's a little bit of free XP. Why not, right? We're not going to take any of these other ones because these are meant for players leveling up over here, so we're going to skip all these. But Razor Hill here, this is basically like the equivalent of Bloodhoof Village in this zone. It's kind of like the middle town. It's after the starting area, but it's not quite to Orgrimmar. Orgrimmar is essentially like what Thunderbluff is, but it's actually the capital of the whole Horde, basically, and not just orcs, so it's actually bigger. I'm debating leaving our Hearthstone there instead of at Thunderbluff. Oops. Oh, that was not good, was it? I think I can pick this up before they kill my totem. Barely. And now we'll drop this one. See if we can get away. Even got the pig somehow. Must have been from my totem. Alright. That worked out. So, here's the cave we're coming for. They told me it was to the northeast of Razor Hill. And there it is. Clearly not many players coming up here because there's herbs all over the place. Honestly, there's no reason for any player to be up here unless they're doing this shaman quest. I don't think there's any other quests that go into this cave. So, do we just get this from one of the cultists? Okay, so it just drops off of a random guy. So, let's just hope we get lucky. We don't have to go too far in the cave. It's gonna get pretty dangerous. These guys are lower level than I expected them to be. Level 8, he's level 10. Okay. Neophyte. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure some of these guys have to be casters. This guy's wearing a cloth tunic here, so you can always guess. Any good? Oh, did it say north? I guess it's not northeast, is it? Oh, in a cave above the ravines northeast. I don't know why I want to keep saying ravines. I think I'm reading ahead, and I'm reading Razor Hill, and I'm doing that to the word ravines. He wanted to hit my totem. Saw it from around the wall somehow. Oops, shouldn't use that so early. Oh, now I'll get a name laid on me. This fire damage. Carelessness. Some imp minions now. These are warlocks. It's a little dangerous here. Can I shoot him through there? That'd be nice. I'd like to kill the minion first. Oh, I had him. Oh, I had a perfect spot and I ruined it. Got him. Oh, I moved. Alright, that's not gonna work. Oh, I missed twice. Oh, that's frustrating. And that was bad timing. I wonder what their run path is. How do they get up here? Let's see. Can they even... Look at that. They're like glitched on me. They can't get up here. Alright. We'll skip them. Alright, let's see if we get any respawns back at the start of the cave here. I don't want to get too far in here and then still have to fight a bunch on our way back out. Nope, none yet. Sure hope I'm not misremembering this. Hoping we're not in the wrong cave. That'd be a bummer. If I can line of sight him. I bet you I can. Yeah. Oh, he didn't even start running at me. Getting a lot of linen cloth. That's good. We will need more, that's for sure. So each bandage currently only uses 1 linen cloth, but the better rank uses 2. So we will need more for sure. Let's go ahead and do this again. What is happening? Oh, they like glitched out. What the heck happened there? Huh. It's like when I ran up onto the cave wall up there, they couldn't actually get to me. Well, we're at the end, so we might as well just kill these last 2, huh? Line of sight is very handy. I highly recommend using it anytime you're in any sort of close quarters like this. Casters are forced to run to you, so that way they can't pick you off from long range. It's very handy in dungeons, I'm sure. Well, and on our last kill, look at that, last guy in the cave. That was actually random, by the way. There was really nothing special about that character. That was just coincidence. But I was gonna say, I shouldn't say I'm sure that we'll see tanks using line of sight, because that's certainly not, oops, bad timing. That's certainly not a guarantee. There's some bad tanks out there. Oop, better heal. Not paying attention. Oh yeah, we got good pants. It's the one good item we do truly have. Now that we'll be moving into the Barrens, we'll be getting green items for, I think, pretty much every quest now, so thankfully we're done with the white statless items. Gearing makes the game a lot more fun, so I'm happy we'll be getting some of that now. Couldn't quite get it. She's just using a... Look at that. It's like a plank of wood with a nail in it. Wow. That's brutal. And kind of sad. Yeah, we'll leave our totem there for them to look at. Alright, we're done with that quest. However, we're not going to run back right away. We're actually pretty close to Orgrimmar. It's right up here in the north end of the zone. So, while we're in the area, I would like to do that. I'm not sure how far I can make it hopping these rocks here. Oh, I guess this is the end. And there it is. There's the front gates. It's pretty cool. I guess especially as an orc and a troll character. Coming through here for the first time. Coming out of this path through this ravine here. And just seeing this giant wall right in front of you. That was pretty cool to see. So here we are. Entering Orgrimmar. Turn the corner here. Here it is. At least the first part of it. It's more than just this. I think it's a pretty cool city. Built into the rocks here. So here in the center we've got the bank and the mailbox outside. This over here is the auction house. And this tall tower here is the flight master that I would like to grab before I forget. Climb this spiral staircase. And he's right here.
Strength and honor.
So now this connects to everything else we have.
For the Horde.
The same thing is true in Orgrimmar that was true in Thunder Bluff. If you ever come to a new city or whatever, you can't remember where something is, you can always ask a guard. And they'll tell you where everything is.
Strength.
Oh, I just remembered too. I need to teach myself a dagger, don't I? I can do that here. I could not do that in Thunder Bluff. We will do that before we leave. I'm glad I remembered. But where we're going now is to actually go see the man in charge. I've said it enough times now, but if you've played Warcraft 3, you know who I'm talking about. And here's his chamber. The War Chief Thrall.
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Also has his own lines. All members of the Horde are equal in my eyes. We've all suffered many burdens, and if it were not for wisdom and honor, then we would be no better than the Scourge or my people while our blood was tainted by the demon Manaroth. Another Warcraft 3 reference. It is your duty to aid the Horde and to defend our way of life, but it is also your duty to know when quarter and compassion should be given to friend and foe alike. Understand this well. This is the new Horde, not some demon-spawned army who lack free will. One thing I will not tolerate are traitors in our midst, but I would be a fool to play my hand so early. It would not sufficiently cut the corruption out of our lands and only cause the infection to grow worse. But you, a young adventurer, could go places my agents could not, could learn the truth, could find the true head of the beast. If you're brave enough, then enter Skull Rock to the east of Orgrimmar. Find a lieutenant's insignia off of one of the burning blade there and return to me. So we are actually going to do this one because it is oh, it's actually listed as Orgrimmar. That's interesting. It's actually a quest that leads to a Ragefire Chasm quest. So we will be doing this one. It's not just a Durotar quest. Oh, actually, let's go this way. Not only to see more of the city, but to go to the Weapon Master. I also want to point out this tree with the skull and the armor on it. I know you're tired of me making Warcraft 3 references, so I promise that'll be the last one. I won't spoil it, though. Those of you that know what it is, it's kind of a little fun Easter egg there. This area here is called the Drag. I guess I could bring up the map and show you what we're doing here. So this is where we entered in the main entrance here, and this was the main open first part that we saw. And then we climbed this tower here and ran up this way. This was Thrall's chamber here. Now we're running over here. This is kind of a side entrance that there's really not many reasons to go over here. But the Drag is mostly where all of the profession trainers are for the most part. Tailoring, leatherworking, alchemy, all that sort of stuff. Now we're headed to the back of the city, the Valley of Honor. There are some more trainers and things back here. But what we're going for is the Weapon Master. There's a Weapon Master in each city. I didn't point out where the Thunderbluff one was because there wasn't anything we needed from him. He was actually right down in the main, that first lower level by the bank and all the other things. So technically there's actually two. There's an orc and a troll. I think we can probably learn daggers from either one. Yeah, so here's where we can learn axes, daggers, fist weapons,
Greetings, man.
and axes once again.
Strength and honor.
So we don't need axes yet. We can always come back and get that later if we need to, but for right now, let's learn daggers. And just for fun, let's equip. Oh yeah, that's a new shield too, isn't it? We haven't worn it yet. So we got a little dagger on me now. And it actually does more damage. Despite being a very fast one-handed weapon, it actually does more damage than our big old two-handed staff, so really no reason to be hanging on to that right now, is there? Oh yeah, one more thing. Let's stop by the first aid trainer before we leave. I'll check and see if I'm right about that next bandage level, or if not, we'll make some more. Funny enough, the first aid trainer is actually back over here in the area where I literally just said there's hardly anything over here. That's one of the few things. First aid trainer and a mage trainer, I think. are actually the only things over there. So, I guess we'll go see it anyway. Pretty much get the full tour of the city. It's got a strange layout, obviously. It's not like a super organized city, but you know, hey, it's built into the rocks here. They had to do, you know, whatever they had to do to work with the layout. I know that's one thing that some players hate about Horde cities versus Alliance cities. The Alliance cities are more like, you know, actual cities that we as people would understand. You know, they're more organized and laid out in, you know, what would effectively be blocks, I guess, or whatever. Stormwind is the human capital. It makes a lot more sense compared to Orgrimmar, which is just kind of all over the place. But I still like it. It fits. It fits the Horde. I was gonna say, and then I got distracted. Durotar, you know, it's just basically a big red desert. It's a lot uglier than Mulgore is, for certain. And a lot of people don't like it for that reason. It's just a lot of red. But I said I wasn't gonna make another Warcraft 3 reference. I'll make one more. It totally makes sense with the Horde coming over here and, you know, making their way in a harsh, unforgiving land. It's kind of their backstory, so I like it because it fits in lore-wise. And look at that, I was right. 40. Heavy linen, so now we can make a better bandage. Let's do that. So instead of regular linen bandages, which we never even had to use, we're a healing class, so we won't have to use them often. They healed 66 damage over 6 seconds, and now we can heal 114. Almost twice as much, so that's a nice boost. And we passed 50, so I can actually train the next rank, I guess? I don't know what really to call it. But a max of 150 now instead of 75. So all of our professions are now on the 2nd rank. That's pretty nice. I don't believe I'd pointed, well, maybe I did when I was switching between maces and staves. But when you learn a new one, like daggers I just learned, it starts over at level 1, so unfortunately, in our first fight, I'll be missing a lot of my attacks until that skill gets built up, but thankfully, with each attack, it has a chance of leveling up, and since daggers are very fast, it should level up pretty fast, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I think we're ready to go, but before that, I think it's actually a good time to wrap up this episode. So why don't we do so right here in Orgrimmar? Log out here for the first time with all these players behind us. So once again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.